Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 10 math. You can find all the lessons on A plus student. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 10 math and then click on view all lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter Algebra. The lessons we're going to cover today are write variable expressions, solve linear equations, solve system of linear equations, solve quadratic equations, and then solve linear equations. Please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the examples and definitions as well. Okay, here I am on grade 10 math. Let's just start with the lesson write variable expressions. Write an expression for the operation described below. Add 3 and b. So you have to use the mathematical terms and signs, right? You can write it as 3 plus b, right? Let's just start with the test questions. Add 7 to c, so which is the correct option? Add means you need to replace the word add with a sign, right? That is 3 plus c plus 7. Option number 1 is the correct option. Write an expression for the operation described below. U divided by 8, which is the correct option. Option number 2 is the correct option. U divided by 8. Write an expression for the operation described below. 7 divided by r. So which is the correct option? Option number 1 is the correct option. Write an expression for the operation described below. P times 8. That is p times 8 times means you have to multiply, right? Option number 2 is the correct option. Write an expression for the operation described below. Add q and 3. So which is the correct option? Add q plus 3. Q and 3. So that is q plus 3. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is solve linear equations. Solve for q. That is 2q minus negative 6 equals 10. So you have to do inverse operations to find the value of q. 2q minus negative 6 equals 10. You have to add negative 6 both sides, right? So negative 6 plus 6 cancel out each other. Then 10 take away 6 is 4. So 2 divide 2q by 2. So you are left with q equals 2. Let's just start with the test questions. Solve for q, that's the one we just did. 2q minus negative 6 equals 10, right? You need to remove that negative 6 over here. So you need to add negative 6 both sides, right? Negative 6, positive 6 cancel out. You are left with 2q. 10 minus 6 is 4. Divide both sides by 2 because you have to calculate the value of q only. So q equals, the correct option is option number 1. That is q equals 2. Solve for d. D plus 3 divided by 4 equals 3. You have to undo the operations. So multiply both sides by 4. D plus 3 equals 12. Now subtract 3 both sides. That is d equals 9. That is option number 1. Solve for c. That is C equals 6. Option number 2 is the correct option. Solve for Z, so which is the correct option? You have to subtract 15 both sides. First, Z plus 3 plus 15 minus 15 equals 11 minus 15. So that is Z over 3 equals negative 4. So Z equals 3 times negative 4, that is negative 12. The correct option is option number 2, negative 12 it is. R divided by negative 3 plus negative 4 equals negative 6. Subtract negative 4 both sides, right? You are left with R divided by negative 3. Negative 6 minus negative 4 is negative 6 plus 4. That is negative 2. Multiply negative 3 other side. That would be 6. The correct option is 6. Option number 1 is the correct option. Option number 1 is the correct option. Solve for h. So which is the correct option? Option number 2 is the correct option, right? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. The next lesson is solve systems of linear equations. Solve the system of equation. Let's just start with the test questions. You can have a look on the tutorial by yourself later today because that is already solved, right? Okay, solve the system of equations by graphing. First, graph the equations and then type the solution. So the equations you are given is y equals 2 and y minus 6 equals minus 2x. So start with the first equation. Y minus 6 equals 2x, negative 2x. Just rewrite the equation as y equals minus 2x plus 6. Let's just put some of the values for x and calculate the values of y. I'm going to make table over here, right? X is 1. Negative 2 times 1 plus 6. 6 minus 2 is 4. Positive 4. X is 1, y is 4. Okay, x is 0. Negative 2 times 0 plus 6. That is just 6. When x is 0, y is 6. Okay, x is negative 1, right? That is 2 plus 6, y equals 8. Okay, so these are the values from equation number 1. The equation number 2 is y equals 2. Let's just put up the values on the graph and let's find the solution. X is 0, y is 6. X is 1, y is 4. X is 4, y is, sorry, x is negative 1, y is 8. So join these points and make a line. It is like this. Okay, the second one is y equals 2. This is the line for y equals 2, right? So according to this, the solution is mm, x equals 3 and y equals 2. Let me see the, I need to put the points again. Hold on. Maybe then we can see the point clearly, but because I'm okay, I can use some online tool to plot the graph. Wait, mm, I forgot the website. Hold on. Let me just recall the name of the website where I can plot the graph. I forgot. I think the solution would be 2 and 2. X is 2, y is 2. This point is actually the solution if I make the exact lines, right? So 2 and 2, option number 2 is the correct option. Because yes, I made a little bit wrong line, so that's why the solution is 2, 2. Okay, let's just see. The equations are So the basic thing is you have to put some of the values of x in both the equation and calculate the values of y. You have to make the table of values like I did. Okay. Then you have to plot both the tables on the graph, make the lines for both the equations and see where they intersect. Okay. X plus y is 4. Y equals 1 minus x. Divide this equation by negative 6. X minus y equals 3. Negative x plus y equals negative 3. Y equals negative 3 plus x. Let's just put some of the values of x in equation number 1 and calculate y. X is 0. Y is 1. X is 1. Y is 0. X is negative 1. Y is 2. Okay. Same thing I'm going to do with this one. Right. Here is the other table. Okay. X is 0. Y is negative 3. X is 1. Negative 3 plus 1 is negative 2. X is 1. Y is negative 2. X is negative 1. Negative 4. X is negative 1. Y is negative 4. Okay. Let's just see which is the solution. One thing, you can see the tables. You have this value common. X is negative 1. No, we need to plot the graph, right? Okay, I'm going to start with x is 0, y is 1. X is 1, y is 0. Here is the point. X is negative 1, y is 2. So let's just make a line. I'm going to use the tool. Okay, let's just plot the second one. X is 0, y is negative 3. X is 1, y is negative 2. X is negative 1, y is negative 4. Let's just make a line. Okay, so here is the point of intersection. That is x is 2 and y is negative 1. The second option is the correct option. 2 and negative 1 is the solution, right? The correct option is 2 and negative 1. Option number 2 is the correct option. Correct option is option number 2. That's how you have to plot the graph. You have to make the table of values for x and y variable, then plot the graph on the, then plot the table on the graph, right? Okay, let's see which is the correct option. Y equals 6, that's a line on y equals 6. Start with the first equation. Mm, that is x minus y equals negative 4. So negative y equals negative 4 plus x. Y is 4 minus x. Let's just put up the values of x and calculate y. X is 0, y is 4, right? X is 1, y is 3. X is negative 1, y is 5, right? Okay, I'm going to plot these points. X is 0, y is 4. X is 1, y is 3. X is -1, Y is 5. So let's just make a line. Okay. The second one is at Y equals 6, right? Here is Y equals 6. So the point of intersection is here. That is Y, X is 2, -2 and 6. X is -2 and Y is 6. -2 and 6, right? Here you can match -2 and 6. So option number 2 and 6. Hold on. Y equals 6. And the points for the other equation is X is 0, Y is 4. X is 1, Y is 3. X is -1, Y is 5. It would be -2 and 6, not 2 and 6. The solution is -2 and 6. Let me just see the, because it is -2, X must be -2 and 6. You don't have any point of intersection this side. It would be here. That is -2 and 6. Let me see the solution. Hmm? Hold on. X is 0, -4 it is. X minus 5 is -4. Negative y equals -4 plus x, and y equals 4 minus x, right? 0. Okay, let's just plot the graph on these points. X is 0, y is 4. X is 1, y is 3. Oh, I made a mistake here. When we move x here, here you have negative sign, so it would be x plus 4. So when x is 1, y is 5. That's the mistake. When x is 1, y is 5. When y is 0, x is -4. So just make a line. That's why we got a wrong solution. Then we have to plot a line on y equals 6 for the second graph. Y equals 6. So here is the line for y equals 6, and yes, the point of intersection is 2 and 6. Got it? So the correct option is option number 1. So be very careful when you are calculating the points for the equations. Got it? Okay, the next one is 4y plus 16 equals 2x and x equals 2. To start with the first equation, 4y plus 16 equals 2x. Divide the equation by 2. So that would be then 2y plus 8 equals x. So let's just put up the different values of x and calculate the y. You have to calculate 2y equals x minus 8, then y equals x over 2 minus 4, right? So when x is 0, y is negative 4. Then when y is 0, x is 8. Let's just plot the line, right? So when x is 0, y is negative 4. When y is 0, x equals 8. So just join these points and make a line. Very difficult plotting line like this. Okay, the second one is x equals 2. Here is x equals 2. So the solution is x equals 2 and y equals negative 3, right? The solution is 2 and negative 3. Option number 2 is the correct option. Got it? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we were working on grade 10 math. The chapter we were working on is algebra. The lessons we have covered today are write variable expressions, solve linear equations, and solve systems of linear equations. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we just did. That is your homework until next session. So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can simply click on the live chat button. Tutors are available there to help you, or either you can write down the questions in the chat box. I am here to answer all your questions and confusions if you need help with any. So please write down the questions in the chat box. I am here to answer all your questions and confusions for which you need help. No questions? Okay, that's all for today. See you in the next session.